Hello and welcome to week 4 of JCC Online English 111. It is fall 2020. Again, this is week 4 and you've been waiting for it. You've just been super excited. It's like Christmas morning. It's time to write our first paper. Woohoo! The narrative paper. Yes. So, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. We also get to read a couple of short stories, and we're going to do some discussion board stuff with that. There'll be a quiz on narrative and a portfolio assignment. Okay, so before we actually get to the narrative paper, let's just kind of look at this other stuff. So last week we did Sister Flowers, where you got to read some stories. So there's a couple of short stories here, Shooting an Elephant and Salvation. So you're going to read both of these. And then just as before, you're going to go to collaboration and you'll go to the discussion board and you will notice there is a whole section here for Shooting an Elephant and Salvation. Same exact thing. There'll be 3 questions which you respond to. Your initial post should be 300 words. You should respond to at least 2 of your classmates with 200 words. Similar thing to what we did to Sister Flowers. So that's nothing new. As far as how that works. Please note again, since this is a discussion, your initial posts for this need to be on Friday. Okay? Yeah. All right, there's that. So there's that part of this week. To help you with the narrative paper, we're going to look at the assignment in a second. There's a lecture here on narration, which kind of, it's not very long, but it really, it talks about how you can review that in your textbook, but I also created a video lecture. It kind of gives you some basic understanding of what a narrative is and how that all works. I've created these little video lectures for each of the major papers just to help you out. So there's that. So let's actually take a look at the paper itself. So if you have, you can download either one of these. So let's take a look. This is the narrative essay. The goal is basically to write a story that's something that happened really to you. And you can choose one of these prompts. So choose a time when you did something that took a lot of nerve, a time when you feel like you didn't follow the crowd, or a time you stood up for your beliefs. Okay? You're thinking about the details we've learned about description, and why, what was the significance of the story, and what did you gain or learn from the experience? So you can write about that, or option B is think about an experience that you'll feel you'll always remember. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be for when you set up for your beliefs, but just something that you'll always remember. And kind of write out the details and kind of explain, as help me feel like I'm there. Again, and show why this memory stands out for you. So this will be 2 to 5 pages in length. It'll be in MLA formatting, and we'll learn about MLA formatting a little more next week. Okay, but 2 to 5 pages in length. It's not a research paper. You can write this in first person, meaning it's all about I this and I that. So yeah, it's not too bad. That's the first. We're just kind of introducing this concept of the narrative paper assignment. And then there is a portfolio down here. Oops, I skipped over the quiz. So there's a quiz on narration that kind of helps you kind of get in the mindset of beginning to write this narrative paper. And the answer is really from the quiz, or will be found in the video lecture here. And then in portfolio 4, in at least 300 words, describe a person who has had a substantial influence on you. It could be someone from your childhood or someone from your adulthood. Okay. And so the portfolios we've done the last few times were like, think of a time that you did you blank or something of one of your favorite childhood memories. Any of those things that you've done, you can use those as like springboards you can use that same memory for your narrative paper. Again, you'll have to, don't copy and paste anything you've done from your portfolio, but just you can use that same memory to write out the narrative paper. So really for this week, what you're going to be focusing on is kind of just wrapping your head around what a narrative paper is. You can start working on it, to beginning. And if you're not really sure about MLA formatting, stay tuned because we'll talk about that next week. But again, you're going to have the quiz and the 4th portfolio, and again, the discussion board on the short stories. So that's what's going on here for week number 4. All right, you can do this. All right, there you go.